How's it going, fellow vinyl enthusiasts? It's Pete LaRussa here again for Minisode number 3, and I'm following up Minisode number 2 that was recorded a little over 2 weeks ago when I received a few vinyl package deliveries from Hot Tracks and from Amazon and from Good Records. And today I have a couple of deliveries, one via eBay for an auction that I won last Sunday, and another package from Good Records to follow the one that arrived a little over 2 weeks ago. So let's get started with the package that I received from my eBay auction win this past Sunday. An album I've needed on vinyl for a while. I've had it on CD for a while. And for this band in particular, I wanted to complete a certain era of their discography on vinyl as well as CD. So that is what this is going to accomplish. Okay, open. Okay, I see he has placed the vinyl outside of the cover, so all right. Now we'll show the cover first. And so here it is. Second full-length album by Metal Church to be released on Elektra Records, entitled The Dark. And this was with their original vocalist. So if you could see there is a gold stamp on the back of the album cover. So yes, this is indeed a promo copy. There's a little notch right there in the cover. And it does come with the original Elektra sleeve, which somehow is not impacted by the notch on the album cover itself. Let's put this here for a second. And also comes with a little insert with the lyrics. So very similar to the album that followed this, Blessing in Disguise. So as many people know, with promos, a lot of the times they are white label promos. So this is a white label Elektra Records promo of Metal Church, The Dark. And it looks okay. Some surface marks. And like I said, I needed that one to complete all of their records on Elektra Records. So I at least have a pressing variation of the first album. I don't have an original Elektra, but I do have the Music on Vinyl Elektra reissue. And I do have an original copy of Blessing in Disguise. This I actually picked up for $2.99, and this is also a notched copy. I found this in the little record store in 1990 with a bunch of other albums for $2.99, as I've mentioned on the podcast before plenty of times. And this is the Music on Vinyl Silver Edition that I picked up a few years back. So glad to finally complete that collection. And now here is the latest order from Good Records. This is going to follow up some of the stuff that was seen in the last Minisode video. Okay, so I've finished opening the box from Good Records. Thing was sealed like a fortress, as I expect from Joey and from Good Records, so thank you very much once again. Everything seems to look pretty good. So the first record up is one that I talked about in the last Minisode, and it was one that I had originally ordered from Hot Tracks, but if you've seen the video, you would know that it arrived damaged, and I did ask Hot Tracks if they had any replacements available and if I could send it back and get a new one, but they did not have any replacement copies. And so I had spoken to Joey, and he was telling me that he was kind of thinking he might want to send his copy back. And he was, thinking about it. He was asking me what I thought. And so I told him, I said, this copy arrived damaged. So if you're really still on the fence about keeping your copy, I'll buy it from you if you want. And so I did. The Friday Music pressing of Twisted Sisters Come Out and Play, and this one looks fine, which is nice to see compared to that first one that I received. And I believe this is the gold vinyl. So I had originally wanted the purple vinyl, which is what I had ordered and received damaged. But if this is the gold vinyl, that's fine. I really don't care. I'm just glad to have it. I am one of the fans that wanted this for the main reason that it has the bonus track that was on the CD, King of the Fools. So that's number one. All right, here's number two. And I had talked about another album that I had picked up from them in my last Good Records order. And it was a Start Your Ear Off Right edition. So here is another one that I mentioned that I was waiting on. And it's the debut from Dire Straits, the 180-gram Start Your Ear Off Right pressing, featuring Sultans of Swing. So now I have this and the reissue of Brothers in Arms that I will be opening soon to check out. All right, so let's go to the next one. And I can actually move. I see what's up next, but I'm going to go to this one instead. I'm going to save the other one for last as far as this order. So again, if you recall from the last Minisode, I had ordered a bunch of the Anthrax vinyl reissues with John Bush, and this was the one I was waiting on the most. Probably my favorite record of the Anthrax with John Bush era, Volume 8, The Threat Is Real. So I was seeing everybody and their mother getting their copies and posting it up, and I was just remaining patient, knowing that it was going to come in at some point soon and it would be packed well and shipped well. So that's what it looks like. It looks like my patience paid off. So thank you again, Joey, for that. And before I actually get to the next record, I do want to note that I did pick up something over these last few weeks while I was waiting for Volume 8 to come in. And so now I have every record that features John Bush, well, at least studio records. And this is The Greater of Two Evils, which was the re-records of a bunch of the stuff from the Neil Turbin and Joey Belladonna era. And I think most of this stuff was actually recorded live in a studio. So I kind of call it a live album, but to me, it's mostly like a studio album. So there's that. I'm going to be getting into that soon. So here is the last album that is in my Good Records order. And this is going back to getting an email from them in December about this. And Good Records has their own special edition of this album. And those of you who are very familiar with Good Records and their history, you probably know that they are very, very big on Alice Cooper. And so what I have here is the Good Records version of the latest by Alice Cooper, Detroit Stories. And this is on a double vinyl, and it is on a limited splatter double vinyl. This is white and black. So it kind of looks like Alice Cooper's eyes if you've looked it up and maybe haven't seen it yet, but that's what it would look like. And it comes with some bonus stuff here. You have this 12 by 12 print right there of the original Alice Cooper band, and some other cool little additions. Got an Alice Cooper baseball card right here, and they threw in some Good Records stickers there. It's like a little thank you note for purchasing the AstroTurf edition of this record. And so there you have it with that one, Alice Cooper, Detroit Stories. So I'm going to be looking forward to getting into that soon. Just put this stuff back in here, and then I'll just talk about a few other notable vinyl pieces that I picked up while waiting for these to arrive. So in the last Minisode, I had an Amazon delivery with one single vinyl, and it was the debut by Sacred Reich entitled Ignorance on blue vinyl, and the one I was waiting for arrived while I was waiting for this Good Records order to be fully fulfilled. And this is the follow-up, Surf Nicaragua EP. This is the Metal Blade reissue, clear with black smoke vinyl. So I'll be getting into these new Sacred Reich reissues very soon. So I just wanted to follow up there. And another record that I had delivered in recent weeks from Amazon wasn't one of my most favorite orders of the year so far because of Amazon and their questionable packing and delivery carriers that they choose to use sometimes. But I did get this latest version of Overkill's first album, Field of Fire. And for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, this is on a green vinyl. Here's the label. I'm not going to take the entire thing out right now, just to speed things up a little bit here. And so as I was mentioning about the delivery and the carriers that Amazon sometimes chooses to use, this is the third copy that I received and was finally in mint condition. The first two copies were a mess. That's the best way to put it. They were delivered in a cardboard mailer, but then they, for some stupid reason, they slipped it in one of those white Amazon plastic envelopes. And they really expected that carriers weren't gonna knock it around or drop them, or they wouldn't get crushed, like clearly as the first two did. So it took a little time, but after dealing with their customer service, I finally was able to get a nice copy of that. So just one of those things you got to deal with when ordering from Amazon at times. It's like I come to expect it with almost every order at this point. So anyway, that is going to be the end of this mini-sode. I am going to get into opening up some stuff and enjoying some of these new arrivals. So thank you for tuning in. And we have a new episode coming up soon, a new full episode coming up soon. So please check that out. It's going to be another conversation with Joey and I about a particular triple album. So I'm going to leave that as the teaser, and we'll see you next time right here on YouTube.